All right, guys. So we talked about the whole TV being returned to Best Buy, and I'm either going to get store credit or I'm going to get a full return. But either way, it's getting returned. And I was thinking about a racing sim wheel. That could be one of the possible investments. I'm not probably looking into buying a new TV. And when it comes to the 5090, now that I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I feel as though I'm just chasing after something that I don't even am going to be motivated to keep up with. I feel like what I have now, the way I have it set up, I have my friends, I have my channel. If it's small, I don't care. Like, you guys are big to me. I don't care about other YouTubers that are growing their channels because they're putting all this money into it. What I care about, honestly, is just to be able to have fun. So I was thinking about using some of that money towards a really good sim racing wheel for Gran Turismo. So when I'm playing the VR, because I really like the VR, I really thought the VR is a great step towards gaming, and I'm really excited about the whole VR. That's something I really liked. I enjoyed it. I had a blast, and I just want to add more to that. That's something. And then maybe the 8 terabytes of storage for the SSD at a low price at the right time. So that's my plan for this year. Not going with the S95F, S95D, none of these TVs. I don't want matte finish. Samsung is definitely going in the wrong direction, and it's sad that we have to deal with this kind of a situation right now. So with that being said, I just want to stick with the racing sim wheel and possibly more storage for the PS5 Pro. I already have 4 terabytes. So for all the games that I use, I think I still have like 3 more terabytes left over. So it's not bad. And I think it's enough. If I need to uninstall something, I'll just uninstall something. I think I need to realize that the way I have it, it's pretty good. So with that being said, I'm truly happy with the way I have it set up. It's a pretty good setup. So I'm not gonna jump onto thinking I need the new TV or I need the latest and greatest. Maybe I don't need 8 terabytes of storage. That's a lot though. Like, if you think about it, I would have had, after everything I just installed, I would have had like 5-6 more terabytes just to install more stuff. But then it's like, am I ever gonna have time to play all these games? Not really, because if I play a game, it's one game, I jump into it, I enjoy it for a little while, and life goes on and everything's just crazy. So it's basically that kind of thing, is just playing the game, enjoying it, working, and that's really it. As of right now, I'm just thinking about a lot of things that I gotta take care of outside of gaming. Like family comes first, and I gotta help out, and so it's just one of those things as well. But at the same time, when it comes to the gaming, that's something that we already know we have covered. Gran Turismo, I played in the VR. VR is spectacular. Like, I know that I got it the first time, I wasn't really digging it the second time, but this time around, I don't know if it's the PS5 Pro, but there's no there's no dirty screen effect. I mean, it is just a great image quality this time around. Like, I'm really immersed this time when I'm gaming, and so when that happens, I keep my tech. I don't get rid of it because it's brand new and it works really well. So that right there is huge to me. I'm not gonna return that and then get something that's not gonna be as good, because you could tell when you try something, you're like, wow, this looks really good this time around. Everything's very sharp. Like, I couldn't believe the cars in Gran Turismo. Very, very precise around the maps and all that stuff. So yeah, with that being said, we are literally in the situation of basically just trying to figure out what we're gonna do when it comes to the gaming situation. But to be honest with you, all I need is a racing wheel with the pedals, and I think that's gonna be a pretty good setup. And I gotta make sure it's somewhat of a good setup. I know they were saying that they have all kinds of cockpits and rigs and all that stuff, but I'm not even at that level. I just want to be a little more immersed, so when I'm in the VR headset, I could feel like I'm driving a car, and I think that's a cool bonus, in my opinion. I think that's really cool. As of right now, I'm just going to work, and I will be at work shortly, get this work done, just plans, got to figure out what I got to do to help out my family, and it's a nice day today here in Connecticut, nice weather, just no one's really driving around too fast, it's just a normal day, and yeah, you know, you always have a nice day, you have a bad day, that kind of thing. It's a good day so far. It's not too bad. As of right now, it's one of those things where I'm just really thankful and grateful for to be able to wake up today, breathe, and just to be able to see everything for what it is. So yeah, we're talking about that. We're talking about there's some games coming out in March. I think it's, what is it? Assassin's Creed Shadows. That's going to be what, Unreal Engine 5. It looks interesting. And like I said, I'm just going to buy the game. I'm not going into like buying the DLC, this and that. I don't know. I feel like they're not giving us any more options anymore to just buy a physical copy to get all the goods. So I would rather just buy the game, own it, than buy all the extra stuff and not own it. You know, it's just weird. So I'm not a fan of that at all. I just feel like it's not what I like. You know, I like to buy a physical copy and own it and keep it. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that is really, really important. And I am going to just focus on my progress in my family life, my work life, everything. That's important too. Everybody's lives are important, and we need to just focus on to do what's right. That's really it, guys. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you got to put priorities first over activities and fun and hobbies and all that stuff, and then you got better fun and better activities over time because you're putting everything else second. And so that's something that I have to do because it's important. It's really, really important. As of right now, we are literally couple subscribers away from 3K. I think like 2 or 3 or 4. I have not ever reached 3K before, so to have 3K would be a huge uplift today. If I can get 3K, I will be grateful. 3K is all I need, you know, to get the motivation for the next goal. But as of right now, yeah, you know, with the returning the TV, getting either the money back or store credit, I'm actually looking forward towards a racing wheel, sim wheel, so I can feel the racing experience, you know? And that's something that I truly believe can become a reality. I know YouTube is work, it's difficult, but I'm going to work right now. My work is serious work, so it's like, you can't deny that outside of YouTube, we have serious lives. You know, I mean, it would be nice to be motivated to make more money on YouTube, but at the same time, there's nothing that can be done. You know what I mean? And so, with that being said, it's one of those things, that's all. It's a really, really crazy situation, you know? As of right now, literally getting ready for this year to be somewhat a decent year with games and just everything in general, like cool stuff and all this stuff, you know. Looking forward to all of it, to be honest with you. Excited about it? Absolutely. But also there's that side of me that's just like, okay, well, you know, brace yourself. Is it going to be that good? This and that. You know how it is. All the gaming. I think the PS5 Pro right now for 3 years is going to be the generation. And, you know, to be honest with you, I know when the PS6 comes out, it's just going to be the new monster. Hopefully by then we're going to have the new next gen feel, because this gen yeah, you could jump into the games and play them. They do feel somewhat next gen, but I think there's the element missing of just that excitement of really feeling like we're in next gen, because there wasn't really that many games out this year. It's almost like everybody just gave up on everybody. So now that's what we're dealing with. Everybody just gave up on everybody. A lot of people are no longer working at these gaming studios, and a lot of games were canceled. So that's something that truly is it's a bad start in my opinion. But I think this year is going to be a better for all of us. You know, to be quite honest with you, it's just one of those things where, you know, you gotta have a plan for gaming. You can't just assume that gaming is going to be good. It has to be good somehow, you know? And that's what it all comes down to. It has to be good somehow. So with that being said, gaming is definitely fun. I am digging the VR headset. I'm digging the Gran Turismo 7. My VR headset, gotta admit, when I put that headset on, I feel like it's the most accurate I've ever had in a while. With the controllers, the tracking and all that stuff, very on point. When I played Resident Evil 4, just tested it out when I was shooting at the Spaniards, you know, because that's what they are, they're Spaniards. It seemed pretty realistic. Like the aim and everything, it was right on point. Before, my tracking was off. Now it's like spot on, and that's what I wanted it to be, spot on, which is actually really cool. Like, I'm really stoked that everything just seems really good this time around. I like that a lot. That's important. As of right now, we are literally getting ready for the midnight black accessories. Now, you know, if the accessories are going to sell well, they're going to come out with the PS5 Pro Midnight Black console, because they have to match it with the controller. They have to match it with the controller. They cannot just how do I say it? They cannot just come out with the accessories and not have the console as well. They cannot do that, because that's something that truly is a problem, in my opinion. You know, it's not going to match. It's not going to make any sense. So they have to have that all together. That's my opinion. Overall, my enthusiasm for PlayStation and the PlayStation 5 Pro is that what's impressive is we paid $700 and we're getting a pretty decent uplift in graphics, gaming. I'm actually impressed with the PS5 Pro. Now, I know some people will say, oh, you got a 10% increase. Well, I don't feel like it's a 10% increase. I feel like it's a substantial 35-40% increase to like really make the game more nicer, crisper, sharper, just everything. Like, everything just feels and plays better. I don't have to wait forever to power it on. You know, with the PC, you have to wait for the shaders, and you have to sometimes accept the crashes. There's more crashes on PC than, I think, console. And so when it comes to gaming, if your only intent is just to game on a box, then to get a PlayStation, in my opinion, like, I'm not even going to say Xbox, because the ecosystem is not motivating. It's not encouraging. It's the PlayStation that's giving you all the accessories, the VR, the Portal, everything that makes it so much better is being offered to you. Where Xbox is just sticking with the same console, the same games, the same controller, and then they're coming out with the handheld for next generation. Like, yeah, okay, but they're going to be steps behind, and I don't think they're ever going to make a better console than PlayStation, because they said the Series X was more powerful than the PlayStation 5. Well, where is that? Where is that information? Like, where did that happen? You know what I mean? None of that actually came about. And it's weird, because the PlayStation 5 is actually not as powerful. So for them to do that is, I think it's misleading at this point. I really thought the Series X was going to be more powerful, but it's not. So I really did think it was going to be more powerful. All right, guys, so I'm going to pump up some gas, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate the support. I'll see you guys on the next one. I got to fuel my car, and thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.